Welcome to the Sibling Rivalry MMA Podcast. We are back. It's been a long time since we've recorded, and we're back in style. We got Casey Kenney with us. Casey, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Can't complain. Life is good right now, so enjoying myself. But I think we're about 13 weeks away from March 6th, so back into training. I was training actually before I took a little vacation last weekend. I was supposed to fight December 12th. I thought that was going to go down, and then never went down. So March 6th it is, and took a little time off, and now getting back to training. How are you guys doing, man?
Good, man. We had to take a little break from this COVID related stuff, but everything's good. What was
COVID messes
December
everything up, huh?
Yeah. What was December supposed to be?
So I signed a contract to fight Song Yadong. And normally if they're sending contracts out, like we've both verbally agreed, and he backed out when it came time to do that. And then it's kind of how this Cruz thing came about was sorry.
No, you're good.
I signed to fight Song, and when he backed out, they wanted to give me a ranked opponent, and there was no one available for December 12th. So that was when I said I wanted to fight, and we pretty much had it done, man. I thought it was a done deal. I'm not sure what happened there, but all good. I got a better opportunity.
Yeah, that would have been a fun one too. But yeah, Dominick Cruz, for those that haven't heard, Casey's got a fight with Dominick Cruz coming up. You said in March?
Yeah, March 6th. It'll be UFC 259.
Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. So you did all these fights on Fight Island. You basically lived out there for a month, right? You and Kamzat, I think, were roommates out there. And you did 3 fights in a row out there, right?
So the first one was I guess I've had 3 fights during this whole COVID stuff, but the first one was in Vegas, and then I had just the 2 in October 4th and or the 3rd, and then the 24th.
Yeah, and they were all great performances. I mean, you really stepped up for the UFC, and after all that, I was like, they love this shit. They always reward that. He's got to have a big fight coming up.
Yeah.
Dominick Cruz, man, I didn't know it was going to be that big, but hell yeah.
Yep. Shoot, I'm still trying to take it all in. Idols become rivals type of thing. Dominick Cruz probably only got a handful of fights left, so I'm glad I get to be one of them. He's one of the pioneers of the bantamweight division, and got to always respect that. But coming to kick his ass on March 6th, though, all respect out the window once that octagon door gets locked.
Yeah.
So I remember, I think it was the first time we talked, maybe the second time we talked. I think it was after you beat Manny Bermudez. Correct me if I'm wrong. And you called out a ton of guys. I think you called out Cruz and Faber. And me and you talked, and I was like, what's the strategy calling those guys out? Because, you're probably not going to get that fight. And you're like, yeah, I know, but, got to call out the big guys. And then 4 fights later, you got Cruz. Less than a year later, you're fighting one of those guys that you called out. What is your reaction when you get the call that you're going to fight Dominick Cruz, get the biggest fight ever, and an opportunity to really get your name out there and be in the title contention?
Oh, man. It's great. How are you guys over there? I'm frozen over here. Oh, there we are. We're back.
We're good.
I heard everything. But, that's when I called all those guys out, it was kind of, I wanted to fight some legends type of thing. It was maybe a little bit early, but, 5-1 in the UFC. The guys that I've beat in the UFC, especially my last 3 fights, I definitely think I deserve a big fight. And, Dominick Cruz wants to prove himself. He's coming off of 2 losses. It's only 2 losses in the last decade, though. So we'll see what happens. But, I'm trying to prove myself. Cruz is trying to prove himself. It's it's a fun matchup.
I think it's a good time to do it. I mean, you've looked better every fight. Every fight you've had, I've made it a point to watch. They've all been great. This last fight against Wood, I was actually on vacation. I was in St. Louis. I was with my girlfriend. We were at a museum walking around, and I had my phone. I kept checking it. As soon as I saw you were fighting, I made her take a break. We sat down and watched the fight. It was awesome.
That's awesome, dude. Like, hold on 1 second.
Oh, she was into it too. She loves watching you fight too. And you got performance fight of the night that night?
Yeah, finally got one of those bonuses. Finally.
Yeah, you deserved it.
Yeah, thanks, man. That was a war. I knew Wood was going to be tough, but I just was a little too much for him.
Yeah. Yeah, that was one of those ones where, I mean, it was a good fight, close fight. You definitely won, but it was one where I was like, holy shit, these guys are both awesome. I can't wait to watch him fight again, too.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see his next fight, too.
Yeah.
Hopefully he just beats the shit out of somebody, which he probably could, man. I've been thinking, I've had dreams about that type of fight. I've told my coach about that type of fight. Like, that was my 19th professional fight, and I've had a lot of really good fights and a lot of competitive fights, but no one that's stood in there and slugged it out with me like that. And that was like a dream fight. Obviously I got the takedown to win the fight at the end, but that was a dream fight, and couldn't have been happier, man.
So with all these fights out there and like in the quarantine stuff with no fans, what is the biggest difference in that? Like, you obviously can hear every shot you throw. Like, you've been butchering people with body kicks. You can hear every one land. Is it different in your mind when you can actually hear it land? Like, oh shit, that's a good one, or like, what's the biggest difference in there being a crowd and not a crowd, and being able to hear both coaches and commentators and everything?
Right. I'd say that's the biggest difference, is the coaches thing, hearing my coaches and hearing his coaches as well. Normally, you feel the good shots in there with the crowd or no crowd. You definitely hear the body kicks a little bit more.
Those are nasty.
Yeah, it's as a fight fan, I watch all the UFC cards. I love the no fans. You can hear it better on the broadcasting. But when I do fight with fans, you get a little bit of energy from the fans. But I'm pretty in the zone anyways, with fans or no fans. So I try to listen for my coaches and tune everything else out for the most part. So it's pretty similar to me, man. But as a fight fan, I definitely like the no fans.
Yeah, I agree.
I've been enjoying it too. Yeah.
I like being able to hear the coaches. Like, as a wrestling coach myself now, I really focus on hearing what they say and like how they're going about things. And you can really tell now more than ever, like, who has the better coach, and like how much of a difference having a good coach makes. Because sometimes you listen and you're like, damn, these coaches like are not very good. Like,
not with it, right? They're not with it. They're nervous as shit too.
Yeah, I bet it gets in their head too, because they're like, damn, everybody can hear me now.
Yeah, I better say something smart.
Yeah. So,
have you had any moments like this? I remember back when I wrestled, and my dad was my coach, and I'd be thinking about doing something, and my dad would yell it out, and I'd be like, damn it, I was already going to do that. Now this guy knows I'm going to do it. Shut up.
Yeah, all the time. That happens all the time.
Like, you're ruining the sneak.
And, sometimes I'd listen for, like, during Wood, his coach would be like, he's going to shoot, and then I'd kind of fake a shot, try to throw a punch, or or sometimes I would just go ahead and shoot. But it was, I think that was one thing too with no fans is, like when we start, getting into a slugfest, like sometimes you don't hear the coaches, but his coaches, at least for the Wood fight, did a good job of, as soon as we'd start, we'd start swinging, he'd swing back, yelling at him to kind of move out and go back to what he was doing, to not get in the brawl. So I think with fans, a 20,000 person arena roaring at us, throwing down, I don't think he could have heard that. And, the fighter in him would have kept going. So that would have been, if we ever run that one back, I'd like to run the Wood fight back with a bunch of fans, draw them into that brawl.
Hell yeah. Do it in Chicago so we can go watch it.
Somewhere close.
That'd be cool. I mean, hopefully everything gets back to normal in 2021. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be a really long time. Dana doesn't seem like he's in much of a hurry from what I've seen, to get fans back. It seems like the UFC is doing pretty good. Besides, they said they're gonna cut like 60 people though.
Yeah, they're they make big cuts from time to time. Excuse me, but they just had the Contender Series too. So I know after they have the Contender Series, and this was the most contracts they've ever given out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They gotta make big cuts. So if they bring 40 guys in on the Contender Series, they're gonna cut a lot of people. So that happens. Is what it is.
I don't think you're gonna be one of them. They got to be low.
No, yeah, I was gonna say I'm sitting pretty good right now on that one. So next time around we'll see. But I'm sitting good right now.
Do you hear anything from that? Like, I mean, like I said, I think the UFC and Dana, they love like people that'll step up and fight all the time and come in on short notice and all that. Like, I mean, do they say anything to you about that? Like,
yeah, I talked to Sean Shelby a little bit. Dana kind of gave me a thumbs up on the airplane back. Congrats. We didn't talk a whole lot. I'm hoping to get that meeting maybe after Cruz. I go put Cruz away. I'll tell Dana we need to have a talk. But Sean Shelby and basically it was sometimes when you cash in on opportunities, you jumped on them. Good job, man. And I think wanting to give me a ranked opponent, and that was coming from their end. I think that was kind of a reward for stepping up and throwing down the way we did, and obviously the Cruz thing too. But started with the Songy Dong, and then I was ready to go again, so that was kind of another good Samaritan type thing. It was like, okay, here you go. See what you can do, and that's all you need sometimes in this game is just an opportunity, and if you can jump on it and capitalize, you can go places.
Yeah. So when getting ready for a guy like Cruz, obviously somebody that's super unorthodox and probably someone different than you've fought or that you'll ever fight, how do you prepare for a guy that moves so awkwardly, throws punches awkwardly? Like everything he does is probably something that you haven't really faced. How do you prepare for that?
I no matter who my opponent is, I like to do focus on the things that I do well. Obviously, I gotta take into account he's going to be awkward. It's going to be different, but all my techniques and all that stuff, and the cardio preparation and the wrestling preparation and the jiu-jitsu, it's pretty similar. But I'm already drilling certain things. Like I posted a video today kicking the legs. That's no secret against Cruz. So kind of make a little statement there with that. But we watch his videos, and I'll continue to watch him a little bit. I'm not big on watching film. My coaches will, but just really being patient and kind of doing the things I do well, but letting him come at me a little bit. Cruz is good at counter punching and making you miss and taking you down. So if I get in there all crazy, then that's when he's going to take me down. That's when he's going to land one of those wild punches. But the preparation is pretty similar. Focus on the couple little things he does well, and focus on beating him down.
Yeah. I'm glad you said about the leg kicks, because I was gonna say something about that, then I was like, I can't say anything.
You think he doesn't know?
Well, I know, but just to talk about it, I was like, I just got tired of doing fucking jumping jacks earlier, so I'm not gonna tell you anything. But yeah, it seems like his last few fights, there's been kind of like a blueprint, like with the leg kicks that seem to be more effective on him than, I don't know. Yeah.
You should coach.
Right, yeah. I'll come. I'll fly out.
Let the world know. No big deal, but that's one thing that I've always done well is make a couple adjustments, but pretty much do what I do well. It's working, and keep improving, keep making little fine tuning adjustments here and there, and I think it's going to be a long night for him.
Yeah.
So the last thing I want to ask about the verbal warfare. You haven't really had to talk too much shit lately.
Yeah.
That's something Cruz does very well. I'm sure he's going to get a lot of interviews. I'm sure he's going to say a lot of shit about you. Are you excited for that? Because I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, man. I feel like I've never had to engage in that too much, but he's one of the best to ever do it. I was actually talking to my coach about that. I was like, I'll be interested to see what happens, see what he has to say, and I feel like I just never really had the right opponent that's brought it out of me. I always say, like, I don't start too many fires, but if you want to start a fire, I'll pour gas on that motherfucker. And I'll see what, I'm going to let him take the first verbal shots. And that was kind of my non-verbal statement just today. with those leg kicks. You know, if I was him and saw that, I'd be like, all right, this little bastard, he wants to start this and kind of respond. So we'll see what happens, but I'm excited for that, man. Right, I feel like I just needed the right opponent to bring it out. And let's see what I got. I know I'm not the wittiest one in the game, but I got a few things up my sleeve. I can talk with him.
It's okay. You don't say anything. If he says anything, just blow him a kiss.
Just send him our way. We'll get him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll go ahead and title.
If I can't think of anything, I'll just give him the Nate Diaz response.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
We'll go ahead and title this video, Casey Kenney says Dominick Cruz's legs are weak.
That'd be shots fired.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
I might do it.
Yeah. But yeah. No, man, I'm really looking forward to all of it. You've definitely earned it. I'm excited. I think you've got it. I can't wait to see it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Time will tell, but I'm getting to work and gonna, expect the best Dominick Cruz. But I think, my confidence is at an all-time high, and I believe I'm, with the best in the world, and he's a good guy to start with.
Oh yeah. And I've been winning a lot of money on you, so I can't wait to see the odds on this because I'm going to get some money, baby.
I think I'm going to be an underdog on this one. I think I'm going to be an underdog.
You might be.
One. Might be, but we'll see. I don't know. Last couple times I was an underdog, I cost him some money. So we'll see what happens, man. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, Casey. Thank you for coming on. Everyone be sure to go check out that fight. Also, we gotta get your autograph up here, man. We've been adding to the collection. Gotta get you up here. For sure,
man. That's my bad. I'm on it. I owe a lot of people pictures, and
you're good.
I'm spending some time. But soon, next time we get on there, we'll have one.
Yes, sir. Cool. All right. Appreciate it, man. Have a good night.
For sure, man. You too.
Yep. Thank you.
Later.